Hello, hello, and hello, everyone. How is everyone doing out here on tonight? I want to make sure this is streaming on the various networks right now. So give me a few minutes to set all of that up. If you don't mind, how about that? I just want to make sure that it's streaming where it needs to stream for right now. Yeah. Okay, good, 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 good. It's streaming over there. Let me check one other place and see how that's going. Yeah. All right. All right. I was a little worried about this one because I was setting it up, and guess what I did, guys? I put the wrong date. I had yesterday's date, so I had to make sure everything was working properly. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me loud out there? Okay, good, 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 good. It is so wonderful to be out here with you on today, guys. And I'm going to put the comments up. So if anybody want to make comments and talk back to me, I hope you will talk back to me on this afternoon. But hello, hello, and hello. My name is Dr. Valerie Harris, and welcome to tonight's session where we will explore the art of balancing success with our self-care. What do you think about that? It's because a lot of times we do not think about taking care of ourselves. We think about doing everything for everyone else, and we leave ourselves out. So we're going to try to tackle that. Now, is that an easy thing to do? Absolutely not. But if you have ever felt stretched too thin or guilty about prioritizing yourself, this session is for you, because I know I have felt it many times. And so what we're going to cover tonight is going to be, let me put them up, the banners up on the screen. The first one is going to be, let me find it. We're going to talk about setting boundaries. And I know that is difficult. I know it's difficult for me, and it's something that I have to continuously work on every day, really. And the next one is time blocking. That's another area we will talk about tonight. And then embracing self-care without feeling guilty about it. We have to stop feeling guilty about taking care of ourselves, okay? So that's what we're going to master and talk about tonight. That's what we're going to cover. And by the end of the session, I hope that you all will be able to walk away with some practical strategies to bring balance into your life. And like I said, guys, that is very hard. It's a hard thing to do. So what I want you to do in the chat, if you don't mind, type in the chat and let me know what's your biggest challenge with work-life balance. And just to give you an example for myself, um, finding time for myself by prioritizing my self-care and work and family, it has such a demand on our energy that we forget about ourselves. That's one thing, is in time for myself. That's one of the things I have to work on constantly. And juggling responsibilities, because we have so many responsibilities. And so juggling that and putting all that together, that's a problem for me. I can say that for me. So if you would like to indulge me, type yours in the chat and just engage with me with that if you don't mind. Okay? So why do having boundaries matter? Because a lot of people probably might say that. Why do I need to have boundaries? You need to have them because it will avoid you burnt out by separating your personal and your professional responsibilities. So if you don't want to be burned out, you have to learn how to separate those things and be able to create clear work zones and times for yourself. Okay. And not overdoing it, because a lot of times we're working. We'll miss lunch. We don't stop when we should stop. We're steady working. And so we are headed towards being burnt out if we don't separate our personal and professional responsibilities from each other. And so some tips to help you with that is you need to designate specific work hours and try to stick to them. Is that easy? No, it's not. But we have to do it step by step. Take small steps, because sometimes we have to turn off work notifications during our personal time. If we're on our personal time, turn your phone off. You can't reach me. I'm on my personal time right now. I can't deal with whatever's going on. You're going to have to catch me during my work designated hours. And then sometimes we have to make sure we practice the task of saying no. If it doesn't align with your goals at the time, you can say no. No is a complete sentence. Okay. So, what is one boundary you want to set for your life? And if you don't mind, type it in the chat and engage with me with that for a few minutes. What is one boundary you want to set for your life? And mine is prioritizing self time for me. Some time set aside just for me. Okay. All right. So, the next one we're going to talk about is the time blocking, because you need the time block if you want to have productivity in whatever you're doing and have peace with it. So what do I mean by time blocking? Many people have different various ways of how they block off time, but there are various methods, and it's okay. You have to find the one that works for you the best. Okay. And so a method of planning your day by dividing it up into specific time slots for your tasks that you have going on during the day. But the question is, how do time blocking, how can it be effective? Because what you have to do is you have to start with high priority tasks during your peak energy hours, and that's early in the morning for me. And then you need to include buffer time for unexpected interruptions, because anything can happen where we have to be flexible and might have to shift some things around, but we need to know how to do that and do it effectively. And then schedule time for personal activities like exercise or just relaxation. And just to give you some examples of that, like in the morning, might have more energy in the morning. So your top priorities might be from the time of 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. Okay. So you set your high priority projects that time of morning or whatever time is good for you. It might be earlier. Yours might be 8 to 11 or 8 to 10. Okay. So it depends on your schedule. And then midday, you can shut it down by responding to emails and calls from between the hours of 11:30 and 12:30. That might not be your time. Your time might be 10:30 to 11:30. So it just depends on how you want to adjust it for yourself. And then in the afternoon, your family time and your self-care between 6 and 9. Okay. Or yours could be earlier. It could be 5 to 8. Okay, it's up to you because it's individual. So whatever works for you is the way you would have to handle that. So what is one activity you would like to time block in your week? And type it in the chat. Engage with me. Type it in the chat and let me know what is one activity you would like to time block in your week. And that's something to really be thinking about. Okay. And then here we go. This next one, that self-care without feeling guilty. And my question is, why is self-care so essential? Listen, guys, it is so important that we improve our mental and physical health. Okay. Because that leads to greater productivity of taking care of ourselves by setting positive examples of others. So if others are watching you and you're not doing those things, you will not be a role model for those people. So you need to be able to practice it yourself. And I said at the beginning of the show, is any of this easy? No. But you have to take a step at a time, and it will begin to start coming together where you will be able to work that out. So how do we prioritize that self-care? Well, I feel like scheduling self-care like any other task that you have by focusing on small, meaningful activities. It could be such things as reading, it could be journaling, it could be walking or other exercises. It can be a variety of things. What settles in your spirit? What is going to work best for you? And then listen, it's all right to practice positive self-talk to overcome that guilt of you wanting to spend some time for yourself. Okay. So don't let nobody make you feel guilty about wanting to spend time for yourself. Okay. And so what's one self-care activity you can commit to this week? How about that? Just think about it. What is one self-care thing that you can commit to this week? And just to reiterate what we have talked about, I want to, just go through this, really quick. These are the things that we had talked about. And it's all about the art of balancing success and your self-care. It's all right. Because if you're feeling stretched, then you know that there is something that you need to do so that you can prioritize yourself in the mix. Okay? You need to be on the top of the list. Okay? Taking care of yourself. And then when you're talking about setting expectations, uh, listen, that time blocking, setting those boundaries and embracing that self-care, listen, that's what you want to have in your mind by the time we end this session. I want you to think about it really, really hard. Because if you're like me, we do everything for everybody else except ourselves. Okay? And the goal should be to learn how to prioritize your well-being so that you can fulfill your work-life balance. Okay? And that is very, very essential. And why these boundaries matter, I said it before, because it protects your time and your energy. It avoids you from being burnt out by separating your personal and your professional responsibilities. And you have to designate your specific work hours. No one else can do that for you. And my hard thing was when to turn it off. Because sometimes we can be overbearing. We'll just keep on going, going, going. And then you're making mistakes because you're tired. You haven't had a break. You might haven't had anything to eat. So those are things that we really have to be, just hone in on and work on those things very, very diligently. And some practical tips that I want to leave with you is about the designating of those specific work hours. And stop working over. Because you keep doing it, you'll start burning out. And then you have to learn how to hone in on it, take small steps at a time to, until you can make it work for you. And like I said, our phones and all these notifications, turn it off. Because if you're working, you can't work and keep hearing all that stuff, because then you're going to be nosy. You want to know what somebody's saying. You want to see what's going on. So turn it off so you won't even be tempted to see what's going on if you're working. Okay. Or if you're doing something for yourself, turn it off. Okay. And practice that word no, because no is a complete sentence. You can't engage with everything. If it's not aligning with your goals or what you do, say no. It's okay. Nobody's going to do anything to you if you say no. It's okay. And that time blocking, that's an area, like I said, I had to really work on that time blocking thing. And what is it? It's a method of planning your day by dividing it up in specific time slots for the tasks that you have to do. Because every day when we get up, those of you that are working, whatever you're doing, you have things that you have to do throughout the day. So you have to set a calendar to make sure you're aligning what you're doing with your calendar and how you set it up. And the benefits is that you're going to be more productive if you know exactly what you're going to do. Your breaks, you have to take breaks during the day. You have to eat during the day. And when the self-care, when you eat, try to eat healthy. Is that easy? No. But guess what? It can be accomplished. I'm here to tell you, it can. It surely can be accomplished. And so how do we time block effectively? You have to be strategic about it. You have to have a calendar. You have to write it down and prioritize your high tasks during the energy hours of you. When you got all that energy, do those high tasks first. And then as the day go on, you can have that buffer, because interruptions can happen. A phone call can come that you might have to attend to. So you have to know how to be flexible in order to be able to entertain the unexpected interruptions that you might have. And then, of course, you gotta schedule some personal activity. You gotta get up and move. If you're working from home, you need to get up, stand up, go outside, walk to the mailbox, do something, walk down to the next house. Be active, do something so that you can not be just settled in the chair all day and not moving, not eating, not going to the restroom like you should. Look, listen, we have to set those things so that we can have work-life balance. And like I gave you some samples of time blocking schedules, your top priorities could start at 9. Somebody might start at 7. Somebody might start at 8. Somebody might not even start until 10. It's up to your schedule. No one can make your schedule for you. And then when you're responding to responsibilities or emails or what messages, don't give it over a long period of time. Anywhere from 30 to an hour is enough, and then shut it off, okay? And then your family time and your self time, that is very, very important. You can't slack on that, especially if you're married, if you have children. You can't slack on that. You have to be very strategic about doing that. And then when we're talking about prioritizing self-care don't feel guilty about prioritizing your self-care. Don't make you feel guilty. Your husband, your children, your job, none of them. Don't make you feel guilty. You got to do what you got to do so that you can keep your mental sanity and your mind healthy, so that you can be strategic in the things that you've been called to do for a time such as this. And it will definitely improve your mental and physical health. And don't you all want to be healthy out there? Put in the chat if you want to stay healthy. Then your mind needs to be healthy as well. Okay? Because it will lead to greater productivity if you're improving your mental and your physical health. And we have to be the example for others. And so it's something that we have to work on step by step, because like I said, it's not easy. I'm not here to tell you that is easy. It was not easy for me. I constantly work on it each and every day to make sure I'm trying to stay within my boundaries with that work-life balance, because you can overdo it and you will get burned out. Okay. So, like any other task, schedule your self-care. Put it on your schedule. Look, Friday, I'm going to the movies. Okay. Monday through Wednesday, I'm going to exercise. Put it on your schedule what you're going to do for your self-care. Or if you just want to sit quietly and read a book, put it on your schedule so to remind you of what it is that you need to do, and focus on small, meaningful activities. Okay. Things that you enjoy doing. Okay. And practice that self-talk. Because sometimes we have to talk to ourselves. Now, don't start answering yourself. Now, I'm going to worry about you if you start answering yourself. We don't need to answer ourselves, do we? And just takeaways from this, I want you all this week is do one of them. If it's not, but boundaries. Protect your time and your energy. Okay? Or setting a block of times, helping you to manage your day effectively. Or self-care. So pick one of them that you want for the rest of this week that you're going to start doing this week and see what happens, because it's up to you to make it work for you. Okay? And what I want you to do, like I said, I want you to pick one of them. Setting a boundary, or either the time blocking, or prioritizing your self-care. I gave you 3. So pick one and work on it. And you will see the difference if you stick to it. Okay? And so next week when I come out, we're going to talk about purpose-driven business and creating a legacy you will be proud. So I don't want you to miss next week. Okay? Make sure you come next week. And this is a link here because I gave you a little worksheet, a little journaling worksheet. And you can take a picture of this and download it. And that's something that you can use for yourself for the rest of the week, for the next, I think I did it for like 7 days for you, to just give you some ideas, to just jot down some things that can help you in those 3 areas that we talked about. Okay? I want you to be healthy in all that you do. So in order to do that, use that worksheet that I'm supplying for you. Okay? So listen, it was great coming out here talking to you all just for a few minutes about prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your time. And let me just put these back on the screen so you won't forget it. I wanted to be in your head. Pick one of them. Set some type of boundary this week. Okay? Do some type of time blocking. If you don't do one, do the other. God gave you 3. So if you can't do all 3, it's okay. Pick one of them. And the third one is embracing self-care without guilt. That is what you need to do. And I want to put this link back up there. You can take a picture of that link and listen, go and download it, because it's something that will keep you focused on what it is that you need to be doing to help yourself. This is about us improving ourselves. And guys, we can do this together, because I'll be doing it with you. You won't be doing it alone. You have company because I will be helping you with this as well as other people that are joining in with us. And listen, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight. Your commitment to finding balance is inspiring to me. And if you don't mind, share your progress with me on social media. I'd love to hear how these strategies work for you. Okay. And listen, I tell you all every time I come out here, okay, and I'm going to put it on the screen again, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Stepping Out with Valerie Harris. Go and subscribe to it if you haven't subscribed to it so you can keep up with what's going on over here. Okay. So, I'm excited about that. And listen, if you want to set up a 30-minute consultation with me, if you need help in various areas in your life, I'd be willing to talk with you for 30 minutes free. It's a 30-minute consultation free, guys. So take advantage of that. And it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful being out here with you. And I'd like to put this link back up again. Take a picture of it. You can go download it and use it. Print it off and use it. Write on it. You can write on it. Okay. And like I said, it was great being out here. But what I want you to do, guys, is take care of yourself. Take care of yourself because a lot of times we are doing everything for everybody else and we're the ones that's lacking. And you want to have a joyous life, a happy life, and feel fulfilled in the things that you're doing. I'm excited about the things that I do because I try to do that work-life balance thing. Do I get it right all the time? No, but I'm perfecting it. And when I get off track, I have to do that self-talk and bring myself back so that I can do what I'm supposed to do. Okay. And that's what I expect you guys to do. And we're going to do it together. And reach out if you want to talk to me about this any further. Like I said, and just make sure that, if you want to talk to me, I am available. If you would like to talk to me, I am available. Just go and sign up and go to my website and just click on the link and set up a consultation. And I'll see it and I'll get in contact with you. But for right now, what I want you to do, guys, I want you all to keep it real. Okay? Keep it real. And do what you have to do to take care of yourself. And it's all about some self-love, us loving each other, loving ourselves, loving other people, but most of all, loving ourselves enough to do that, to take care of ourselves. Because listen, if you're honest with yourself, are you really taking care of yourself like you should? So just think about that for the rest of the week. Download that worksheet that I put up on the screen. And guess what? I will be talking to you a little bit later. Talk to him, Valerie, signing out. But I'll see you a little later. Bye.